My second time trying to record this video. I'm going to try and stop over explaining, and I'm going to just try and get down to the nitty-gritty of why I love the Ordinary products that I own and why I don't love some of them. So, as you can probably tell, we're going to be talking about the Ordinary products. I've been asked to do this video for a very long time, and so I've accumulated some more products over a span of a certain time. So I'm going to do my best to explain what I have, why I have it, and what works for me and what doesn't work for me in kind of the simplest terms, trying not to over explain, but to give you the best suggestions and the best kind of routine regimen if you're looking for a new one, and why I love these products, and kind of give you a little bit more explanation on why I own them and why I've chosen them. The Ordinary makes so many products. I have so many products to go over here, but I'm going to try and keep it kind of short and sweet while giving you good information. So I hope it all makes sense. I've tried to kind of line up things, how I use them, what I use them with, and why I use them. So let's just get into it. So the first thing that I'm going to start with is their Glycolic Toner. So this is a 7% glycolic acid toner. A toner is meant to balance out the pH in the skin after cleansing, just kind of neutralize your skin back to where it needs to be before you start adding on other products so they sink in easier to your skin. So glycolic acid is a great acid to incorporate into your skincare routine. It is an AHA, meaning that it is an alpha hydroxy acid that penetrates not as deeply as something as like a salicylic or a retinol will, but it's still a great way to kind of slough off the dead skin. It's a great way to get dead skin off before you apply makeup. I use the toner in my makeup kit for my freelancing jobs just because it causes little to no irritation for the skin on my clients. It's great to kind of just like get that texture off, and so makeup can apply more easier and it looks a lot fresher and the skin just feels a lot more supple and smooth. So that's just great add-on, really inexpensive. I want to say it's like maybe $10. I'm not even sure if it's that much. It might be 12. I'm not 100% sure. I'll double check on prices and I'll leave them down here so you don't have to go look them up. Okay? Okay, so moving on to other acids that I own. So another thing that I think is really great to add on from this line is and I'm sure you've heard a million people talk about it. It is probably one of their best-selling products, I'm guessing, because it is so wonderful. It's very similar, I'm not sure if any of you have used, but it is very similar to the Drunk Elephant Baby Facial, and I want to say it's probably a little bit less intense. The Baby Facial is the only exfoliating mask that I've ever used that makes my skin actually peel and actually burn. I don't really have that sensitive of skin. I mean, I am sensitive to a couple of things and I'll turn red to a couple of things, but I don't really break out into rashes or anything. That's only happened once for me. But this is the Ordinary's AHA BHA Peeling Solution. It's a 10-minute mask that contains alpha hydroxy acids, beta hydroxy acids, so you're getting all of that exfoliation in there. It penetrates a little bit deeper than something like a glycolic would, and it kind of sloughs off again like that dead skin, cleans out your pores, kind of rejuvenates the skin, shows just that clean skin underneath that you really want to come out. So it's a really great thing to do if you're feeling like your skin is looking a little dull, if you're just looking like if you're feeling a little icky. I typically do it when I'm like PMSing, or if I just feel like my skin is just in a rough patch, I guess. It's just a good like reset to the skin. I would not do it if you have an open breakout or if you have a couple of like scabs going on or just something that you're picking at. I wouldn't do that. Wait till it's healed up, then continue on with it, just because it could irritate it and it could just cause more harm than good. The next thing we're going to talk about is the Mandelic Acid from the Ordinary. So Mandelic Acid is great for dry, mature skin that still has breakouts. Mandelic Acid is an acid that's really great in treating staph infections, so it is a great, I want to say antibacterial, I'm not sure if that's incorrect, someone correct me if it is, but it's really great for treating staph infections. I have a face wash that has Mandelic Acid in that I absolutely love, but this serum unfortunately doesn't really do much for me. I don't think I have the best skin type for it because I am dry, but I'm not mature with breakouts. So I do break out hormonally sometimes, but right now it's just, I don't think it was really meant for me, so I don't think it necessarily works great for me. But again, if you are drier, mature skin with breakouts, I would highly suggest that for you. Okay, while we're on the topic of masks and peels, I would really love to mention the Ordinary Salicylic Mask. I actually forgot that I had this, so I random got this real quick. So this is a really great mask to have if you, again, feel like your skin is kind of in a funky spot. I like to use this one if I feel like I have a lot of clogged pores, blackheads, because salicylic will dig deep into those clogged pores and get out all that dirt, gunk, especially if you're just feeling like your pores are looking pretty enlarged. This will be your best friend. So I love this one. I would not use these within kind of the same like week span. I would choose one or the other, whether you feel like your skin's really dull or your skin's feeling like pretty clogged. I would choose one or the other. Okay, so while we're on the topic of kind of my favorite products at the moment, so when I was doing the last video, which I deleted because I could not keep my thoughts straight because there's just so much to go over, I forgot to mention that I use these together, and I feel like in my system I have a certain routine in certain spots for things that I literally just pick up and do them, and I forget like why or how or what I'm doing, to be honest. So I forgot that I use these two together. I know that I use them together, but just in this span of time where I'm trying to keep up with what I'm saying, I forgot. And then I forgot to mention the Regimen routine. So The Ordinary has a really helpful guide if something isn't making sense that I'm saying, to go onto their website, and it'll give you like direct acids, vitamin C's, antioxidants, peeling solutions, whatever you're looking for. It tells what you're looking for, when to apply it, what not to apply it with. It's really helpful. I'm going to try and give you that information now with me, but if I forget something, please go look it up. I'm so sorry if I forget something, but again, like, it's a lot to cover. My two favorite products of The Ordinary are the Niacinamide plus Zinc and then the Lactic Acid 10% plus HA. These two together, magical. They're so wonderful to use together. So niacinamide and zinc I will use at nighttime or when I'm not using vitamin C's. They are within conflict on that regimen guide with any like direct vitamin C's. I use these two together because I want to get my topical exfoliation in, just to kind of get my skin, get that dead skin sloughed off, get my skin kind of like renewed and refreshed. And then I use the niacinamide and zinc in order to calm my inflammation, help with my redness, my uneven texture. It's like a really nice like calming product. So when I lived in Knoxville, my friend Castle took me to the Innovata Institute for a facial, and it was when I had my really bad purple acne scarring. He started to tell me to take zinc internally because it helps with calming inflammation in the skin, and it made me so incredibly nauseous. I don't take it anymore. I don't remember how many milligrams I was taking at the time. I want to say it was anywhere between 5 and 10. I could not handle it. It was so awful. Like, it just made me so nauseous. And I think one of my multivitamins has zinc in it, and even now, like, I have to take it with a meal immediately or they make me feel nauseous within like 5 minutes. It's awful. So again, these are just really great to get that exfoliation plus get that inflammation kind of calmed down. It's just a really great nighttime routine, especially if you have more sensitive skin. Lactic acid is great for drier or more sensitive skin because it's a lot milder than a lot of other AHAs like glycolic acid. What I'm going to talk about is kind of the most like simple thing within The Ordinary that I use. It is the hyaluronic plus B5 serum. So it's just a great hydrating serum. I use this in my kit as well on myself. And hyaluronic acid holds 1,000 times its weight in water. It's really great hydrator to have, except if you don't do it correctly. I was using it incorrectly for the longest time, and that is just applying it to dry skin and not sealing it with a cream moisturizer. So with hyaluronic acid, because it tries to grab onto existing hydration factors within the skin, you need to provide extra hydration factors within the skin so it doesn't try to grab onto what you already have. You need to supply it more, basically. Whenever you apply your hyaluronic serum, what you want to start out with is a hydrating facial mist toner. I just use an Avène water spray, and then I'll immediately apply this after. Immediately meaning when your face is still wet, apply your hyaluronic serum, and then when it gets a little like stickier or tacky, put on your cream. Don't wait for it to dry completely. Put on your cream, seal it over. Your hyaluronic serum should be your last step within your regimen, just because hyaluronic it's the most like topical treatment to your skin. And I say treatment, but I mean more of like your hydration. With again, this is so much information, and I wish I had hours to explain this, but it's really difficult to explain everything that's going on here because there's so much more than just being like, I like this, and I like this, and this works for me, and this is the kind of skin that I have. So with these steps that you take within your skincare routine, yes, most of the time you want to go from thinnest to thickest. However, when it comes to oils and when it comes to the system of your serums, you need to think also what penetrates the deepest. So your retinols are going to penetrate the deepest, meaning that you need to use those first after your cleansers and your toners. And then your hyaluronic serums, your hydrating serums, need to go last because they are going to be the most highest, like, topical. Let me rephrase that. They're going to be the top layer of your skin. That's where they're going to sit. They're going to be the most topical. And then when you are applying an oil, your oils are the heaviest molecular weight. They may be thinner than a cream or a moisturizer, but they need to go on top of your moisturizers because with the molecular weight, they will not let anything else penetrate further. I hope that makes sense, and I know it's probably random, just stuck smack in the middle of the video here, but again, I'm trying to explain things so it's not just a basic video being like, I like this. So that's just not how I like to do things. I need to explain why I do things, and I just hope that it makes sense to you guys, and if it doesn't, I'm really sorry. Okay, moving on to probably the most confusing part of my regimen. So I have these three things here, which I absolutely love, but it's gonna take me a minute to kind of explain them. So I have the Resveratrol and Ferulic acid serum. This is a antioxidant serum that I will mix with this brightening serum and stabilized vitamin C derivative. I got a vitamin C derivative because sometimes I use pads in the morning that contain salicylic or a retinol. So my Dr. Dennis Gross pads contain retinol in them sometimes, and I'll use them in the morning, which I know is kind of a no-no, but I use the SPF as well, so, and my antioxidant, so I should be good to go. I'm protecting my skin at all costs. So with a vitamin C derivative, it's a little bit better because it is not vitamin C. It's not going to conflict with your retinols. So that's why I have a vitamin C derivative. And so pairing the vitamin C derivative plus antioxidant serum, that's going to help your skin get all of its antioxidants, all of its protection that it needs for the day. Antioxidants are really important to have within your skincare because they protect your skin from free radicals. And just like you want to have antioxidants within your food, such as like berries, I believe spinach, kale, like your greens, are really great to have not only internally but topically as well, because free radicals such as pollution, smoking, UVA, UVB rays can cause stressors to the skin, which can cause skin to have like fine signs of aging, or like wrinkles and age spots, and just like wear and tear onto the skin. So having an antioxidant serum is really important to have, plus a vitamin C just to kind of brighten the skin, make it look nice and fresh. So those are really nice to have. And again, it is the Ascorbyl Glucoside solution for 12%, and then the Resveratrol 3%, plus Ferulic acid 3%. And so the other one that I have, this one's a little confusing because somewhere I read it's similar to, what's it called? Oh my god, hydroquinone? Hydroquinone, that sounds great. But it is a lightening agent. So sometimes I will use this in the morning. I don't believe it is hydroquinone. I think it is an alternative. I'm a little confused by what I was reading when I was trying to do research before this, but it is a lightening agent. So this is the alpha arbutin 2% plus HA, a concentrated serum with 2% purified alpha arbutin and hyaluronic acid. So like I said, alpha arbutin is a lightening agent. It helps with like age spots, hyperpigmentation, that kind of stuff. So I'll use this with my ferulic acid sometimes because it doesn't conflict with it, but it just kind of acts like a lightening agent, like a brightening serum. I'm not really sure why I chose this instead of another vitamin C serum, but I really like it. It seems to work for my skin really just fine, so I really like that. Okay, now we are on the home stretch. The last three are going to be my oils. And if you follow me for a long time, you know I am a huge advocate for facial oils. I love double cleansing the face, which is using an oil cleanser followed up by your regular cleanser. Usually needs to be water-based. But I also love applying oils to my skin as well. And like I said earlier, oils need to be your last step within your skincare routine just because of their molecular weight. They will not let anything else penetrate it once you apply those. So I will be talking, actually the last 3, I made a mistake, the last 2, and then I have another thing to talk about, my lord. Okay, so the 2 that I have from The Ordinary are virgin cold pressed marula oil, and then the organic cold pressed rosehip seed oil. I love her. Rosehip seed oil is my favorite thing in the entire world. No other oil has ever worked as well as this does for me. The benefits of rosehip oil are so extensive. It is high in linoleic acid, which helps with inflammation, antioxidant protection. It's really great to help with, like, again, like inflammation, redness, to even out tone. It's just an all-around great oil. I really highly recommend this. When you are checking out an oil, please make sure that it is good for your type of skin, whether you're oily, dry, combination. There's kind of a discrepancy when it comes to using oils. Like, you really need to know your skin type and what's going to work for you, because again, like, what's going to work for me isn't going to work for you and vice versa. But I really love the rosehip seed oil, and I'm pretty normal to dry with discoloration and like acne scarring, so this has worked really well for me. But I would do your research, make sure that this is a good oil for you. But as for me, I really love it. And then the other one is marula oil. I love this one just because it's a really great facial oil. Marula is great because it is high in omega fatty acids. It's good for dry, oily, acne prone skin. Again, like, it's just going to help with hydration, kind of help with your breakouts, and kind of even out your sebum production by giving good oils to the skin. So that's a really good one to have. And like I said, do your research, figure out if this is going to work for you, because it might not, but it works for me. Okay? Don't come crying to me if it don't work for you. I ain't liable. So, okay, the official last thing I'm going to talk about, we have made it. We have made it. So, this puppy is really good, and I had no clue what it was for the longest time, but this is the Caffeine Solution 5% plus EGCG. So this is basically an eye serum. It reduces the appearance of eye contour, pigmentation, and puffiness. This is a really great addition to your kit if you are a freelance makeup artist, or if you find that you are really puffy in the mornings underneath your eyes. I love to apply this before my eye cream, let them depuff and kind of get that cooling sensation under there. You can even take like a little jade roller once you put it on, kind of help cool it down, and then follow up with an eye cream for extra hydration. It's just an all-around great product to have to kind of, again, help with puffiness and to give your eyes just kind of that, like, a little glow. So, wow, that's it. I hope you like this. I am going to attach the regimen guide underneath here just so you can kind of look through things on your own, see if you would like anything that I didn't mention, or if you have questions about anything, I'll try to explain them a little bit better. But I hope this made sense. Hopefully once I go over it in my like editing, it'll make sense and I won't have to record it for a 3rd time. Oh yeah, okay. Well, if you guys have any video suggestions for the future, I will try to get them done quicker than in a 3-month span. I just have a little bit of extra time because Justice is on a boys' night, so I have a little more free time and where somebody's not around to judge me besides my dogs. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see from me, and I'm gonna go now and hopefully not hate this video again. Bye!